makes sense. It's really hard to put this into words. The universe can't experience time because if you're something that has always existed and will always exist, time doesn't matter for you because you'll always be here. But you can understand time in a different way if you're able to live and die. Then time matters. Does that make sense? So you're trying to say, well, I'll be Joe Biden at some point. Well, in the egg theory, yeah. In the egg theory, you'll be me and I am you. We're all... In the egg theory, everyone watching this stream is me and I'm you. We're all just living different lives at different times without the memory of who we actually are. So we're all just talking to each other. Well, we are all talking to each other, but we're just one person talking to themselves. I'm just entertaining myself. I'm not entertaining you guys. I'm entertaining 5,000 of me.
Just as the universe, in this theory, is designed for growth and evolution, so too is every business. In my opinion, you can't really manage to do so efficiently without today's sponsor, Odoo. Omnipotence paradox. The omnipotence paradox is a thought experiment that challenges the concept of omnipotence, or unlimited power.
So I would be having sex with myself. Yes. You'd be birthing yourself, having sex with yourself. You'd be killing every other being that is you. It's basically to show a level of equal morality. The egg theory is really useful in trying to teach people to be good people, because every bad thing you do, you'll do to yourself. And a lot of other religions actually believe that in terms of reincarnation, but not in the sense that every living human is the same soul. Just that there are souls that can be reincarnated and reborn. But yes, like the main example is like, if the egg theory were true, you would be Hitler, but you would also be every single person that Hitler killed. So it equals it out. Every good thing you've done to yourself, every bad thing you've done to yourself. So if you are a bad person, you're effectively just inflicting pain upon yourself, which nobody would want to do.
Asks whether an all-powerful being like God could create a stone so heavy that even they cannot lift it. The dilemma arises because both possible answers seem to limit human power.
Well, yeah, God is all-powerful and all-knowing, and that's just in main religion God. Like, just in monotheistic religion, God is all-powerful, but God can create something that he can't move.
If the being can create the stone...
But he can create anything, so how the fuck does that work?
Oh, they cannot lift it, which means there's something they cannot do. This implies a limit to their power, contradicting the idea of being all-powerful. On the other hand, if they...
That's dumb, not gonna lie. No, it makes perfect sense. If God's all-powerful, how can he create something that he can't... That is too much for him to move?
Cannot create such a stone.
Because if he's physically all-powerful, that means he's able to make anything. But he can't, because he can't make something that he can't move. He can move anything because he can do anything.
This also indicates a limitation, as they are unable to do something that should be within the scope of omnipotence. But God might be over logic itself. Or one might say that by omnipotent, we mean a being that can do anything that is logically possible. Being all-powerful doesn't mean doing logically impossible things like creating a square circle. It means having power over everything that exists. Logical impossibilities, like a square circle, aren't real things that can exist, so it remains just a cool debunked thought experiment.
But isn't the idea of that weird square, isn't that just supposed to be another dimension, which has been, like, mathematically proved? They just use that as a means to try and show it, because it can't be physically perceivable for a three-dimensional figure like us. Like, it's really, like, other dimensions are mathematically a tesseract or whatever. Mathematical math proves tries to prove other universes, other dimensions. But it's not something that you're able to physically perceive because you're not able to be in that other dimension. You're stuck in a dimension that you've lived in, and you have to live the life of the dimension that you've been given. The best example of that is if you were born two-dimensional and you were a flat square, you're only able to see front, back, left, and right. You're not able to look up and down. But if a three-dimensional figure were to enter your universe, you would only see them in your two-dimensional space. You wouldn't understand where they go when they leave. You can't understand the idea of looking up and down because you've only understood looking front, right, front, back, left, and right. So in the same way, something that's a higher dimension than us, we can't perceive because we only know looking in the dimensions and seeing in the way that we can. Everything in a higher dimension can see everything below it, but nothing higher than it.
Antinatalism. Antinatalism is a philosophical position that argues against giving birth, suggesting that it is morally wrong to bring new individuals into existence because life itself inherently involves suffering, pain, and hardship. So it is better not to create new lives that will inevitably face these challenges. One key the argument in
literally the plot of AOT.
antinatalism is that coming into existence exposes individuals to more suffering than joy, making it not worth it. Additionally, some antinatalists point out the environmental and ethical implications of overpopulation, arguing that it contributes to suffering not just for individuals, but for society.
Well, I think we're parasites to a degree. Because if you're at the bottom of the food chain, you are working as a means of supply for other things. We fucking kill, eat, destroy, and rebuild every fucking thing we touch. Like, we are ruining Earth, we're killing things, and, like, that, like, the point of life is to experience as much as you can, whether or not it's good or bad, you only get one chance. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm saying that we are, in a word, like, in the general sense of what a parasite is, we're invasive species and we're invasive parasites. We have built and gone things and we have built things and gone places that we shouldn't have gone, and now we take over that area. And now we kill everything around it, ruin its natural environment, and live there and stay there. Then where's our habitat? Historically, I mean, it depends. But we have been such a successful species that we have been able to spread everywhere on Earth, basically. Where we would naturally be ingrained to live would be like Africa. Like, that's at least where Homo sapiens derived. But humans, in general, have been capable of living basically anywhere that's hospitable in terms of temperature and climate. Outside of that, it's just like, I'm more speaking the fact that we can like live in like mountains 10,000 feet in the air with no natural water, no fucking food growing capabilities, and we're just shipping places one place to another. Like, you're able to access shit where you live now that isn't able to be grown or used where you live, because we're able to transport shit. Like, we've evolved to basically we've taken over Earth. We have conquered our planet. Not in the sense of water yet, because the ocean is entirely undiscovered, basically. But, like, we deserve Earth. Why? Is that a little selfish to assume? Why do we deserve it? I think we want it. I don't think we deserve it. Because we're the smartest? Yeah, but that's not deserving. Deserving, we just want it. You don't, just because we are the smartest doesn't mean we deserve Earth. It just means we got it.
Society as a whole and the planet. You are not free. This theory about the
every other species would have done the same. Yeah, you're fucking 100% right. I'm not saying what we're doing is immoral. I'm not saying I agree with the idea of anti-natalism. I'm saying I just think that if you actually look at it, we are like parasites of Earth. We have taken over the planet.
You are not free. This theory about the absence of free will from human life suggests that individuals have the ability to make choices and take actions based on their desires. However, they do not have the ability to control the will behind any of their actions, thus making them a slave to their own desires. In order to prove this theory, the following thought experiment is proposed. If you're deciding between which ice cream flavor to pick...
I say this all the fucking time. I usually do apple or banana with my chat. If you're picking an ice cream flavor, like, I'm going chocolate, and I have the freedom of contemplation after that for my next choice to decide if I want something else. But if we have to go back and repeat this scenario every single time in the exact moment that we're in, you'll never sway your answer. Every single time you would choose the answer that you most desire because it's the one that all of your other choices and perceptions and things you've experienced have led up to this moment where you're picking vanilla or chocolate.
Pick chocolate or vanilla and end up deciding that you genuinely want chocolate. There is absolutely nothing you could do in that situation to change that desire, unless an external factor that you also cannot control is involved, such as finding out that vanilla ice cream is cheaper or that it's not as unhealthy.
Well, yeah, because you